Hi there, welcome to part 3 of my MonoGame series. Today we're going to create an enemy class. For creating an enemy, it will be necessary to add two properties to the game1 class, screen height and screen width. This will allow the enemy objects to know where the screen starts and ends. Alright, and to do that we will write the following line, prop full, and press tab twice. This will give you a predetermined set of lines of code. We will be able to use these lines. In this case we have to replace the myvar with a screen width property of the variable, and my property with another screen width, but with the capital S and a capital W. And for the screen width we'll put is 9020 because I have a full HD screen, and this will automatically update the rest. And we'll do the same but then for our screen height, so we'll once again go prop full, tap twice, then instead of my var we'll write screen height with a capital H, and then my property will be capital S, capital H, height. And in this case we'll update this to be 1080, and yeah, that should do the trick. But one thing that we do have to do before it will work, we have to delete this part, the second equals to and the value, because it is already given, and otherwise it will do double work and give us error. And we will be able to remove these values and replace them with screen width and screen height, because then they will all be one input and one output, and it will automatically correspond with the given in-game value. Alright, before we make the enemy class, we'll first have to add another sprite. And I'm kind of proud of this one, but if you want to add another sprite, you have to press the add existing item. You go to your files and press it and add it, and then you have to press rebuild, and if everything's successful the new file should be there. And I've made this, I'm so proud of it. And this is of course a toilet seat, because it's a scooter with a body, and if I can lift it up and I can poo in it, it's a toilet. So here's our enemy, hence the name Poog versus Toilet. And this will be the sprite that we'll use for our enemies. Alright, now that we have our sprite, we'll go ahead and add a new item, C# class, and call it our enemy class. And once you're in the enemy class, we'll have to add some private fields at first. So we'll go private game1 root, then we'll go private vector to position, then we'll go private texture to the sprite image, then we'll go private float sprite width, private vector to, again, velocity. Alright, once we've added these fields, we'll be able to go on with the rest of it. And under this we'll add a public float sprite height, and we'll do this. And in the body of the sprite height we'll do get, then some brackets below that, float scale equals sprite width divided by the sprite image dot width, and under that we'll go return sprite image dot height times our scale, and this will essentially give us the right dimensions for our sprite image. And then we'll have to add another position rectangle, just like our player, just like in our player class. So we'll just be able to get this. We'll be able to just copy and paste it right into our enemy folder. Alright, and next up we're gonna do the public enemy class and the void load content class, in which we'll be able to put in our PNG files so that the enemy will actually have something to load in. Let's start off with the public enemy. We'll do public enemy and brackets and go game1 root, comma, vector to position and below that we'll use open brackets and write the following. This dot root is root. This dot position is position. And we'll write this dot sprite with is, and here we can put in a value of pixels. In this case we'll do about 300f. And you could do the actual image size, but in that way the image will be quite large. So if you input this sprite width, it will get scaled down or scaled up depending on which value you choose accordingly with the public float sprite height section we got right here. And below the sprite width we'll have to add this dot velocity is new vector2 open brackets minus 1.0f, comma 5.0f, and we'll do minus right here because our enemies are gonna come from the right side of the screen and move towards the red screen, in which the speed must be negative. Next up, below this all, we'll put the public void load content, and we'll put on brackets, and in here we'll load the actual image from the enemy. So we'll do this dot sprite image is root dot content dot load, and we'll use these texture 2D and open the brackets once more, use use columns, and between these we have to put the actual file name. In our case it's wc_pot, and it's Dutch for toilet seat. And yeah, that's how you do this part. But we have some errors. Oh wait, this is supposed to be an is, and then all the errors should go away. Yes. So if we put play now, everything should work, but we won't be able to see any enemies right now. Yes, there are no enemies, so that's correct. And next up, we're gonna make the update class. So in order to do that, we will write the following: public void update. And in between this, we'll have to write game time, and in the brackets, we'll write the following: position plus is velocity, and this will essentially just update the position with the velocity that is given to the enemy. And below that we'll write if position dot y is greater than 0, and then we'll make some straight lines, which is here, position which will follow up with a root dot screen height minus the sprite height. Essentially what this does is that we'll be able to give out an operation once their y level position hits 0. And in our case, what we will do is make the velocity dot y times equals minus 1. And the smart folk out there will already know what this does. In this case, if the enemy comes in like this and will hit the bottom of our screen, the velocity on the y-axis will be inverted, and it will go up once again, be inverted, be inverted, be inverted. Next up, we will have to actually draw the enemy. So we'll do that by using the draw method, which will go public void draw brackets game time, but we'll also have to add a sprite badge, and I believe this has to be an underscore. Oh no, it doesn't. Sprite badge, and in these brackets we'll do sprite batch dot draw sprite image, comma, position rectangle, comma, color dot white, and this will give the system instructions to draw it, and we must not forget our semicolon on the end. And right now there won't be any actual enemies. We've given all the instructions for what an enemy must do, but it won't be created in our game. And in order to do that, we'll have to go to our game1 file, and we'll have to write the following: private enemy enemy. Alright, and in the body of our game1 constructor, we will write the following code, which will go enemy equals new enemy this, comma, new vector2, and we'll put in our screen width and comma 0. Alright, and if your code looks like this, there should be 0 errors, and if you run it this time, you'll see that we have no enemies. Why aren't there any enemies? What have I forgotten? Oh, I've forgotten something. It has been 3 weeks since the last time I worked on this project, so there must be something I've done wrong. One moment, please. There is supposed to be in the update class in the game1. Now, in the game1 file, in the update constructor, we'll have to write the following: enemy dot update, and then game time, and right now it should update every single frame, and it won't work. Yeah, what have I done?
One eternity later.
Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Okay, I had a few errors here and there, and one error just kept coming back and I didn't know how to fix it, and I checked my code thrice, and every time I missed it, and this time I checked it for the 4th time, and I noticed that I didn't write the load content in the enemy class. And right now, if we press play, you'll see that not only will there be our Pug Maxi able to control, there will also be a WC pod following the lines of the screen and being able to move forward and actually doing what we told him to do with our code. So it works, and this was how you create an actual enemy class. And in the next episodes we'll be working forward with improving our game and actually adding functionality to all the other subjects.